Hello, everyone. It is me, Samuel, with the Samuel Brock Flynn Show. I have Aiden here tonight, and he is the author of a book called If I Were to Be President. Nice to have you on, Aiden. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and that's actually if I were to be president of the United States of
We're
America.
live.
I'm aware. I'm aware we're alive. But besides that, it's nice being on here, and thank you for having me. I know not last night, but the other night we tried doing this, and it just was not working out for us for some reason. It was very weird.
Oh,
I
I
don't know.
know. It was hectic. No, it was not.
Yeah, that was an awful experience. I mean, I had fun on your podcast. I'm not saying
Right.
yes, but as far as like the technical difficulties and just stuff like that, it's that was peculiar. Let's say that.
Yeah, somebody went in there and started started doing this and this type of number on, oh,
You
we're
never
gonna
know.
mute you, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. It was just weird. And I thought, these people do not want us talking at all.
You never know.
So
You truly
I
don't.
wonder if that's what the mask thing was about, and the 6 feet thing, you know. Yeah, no. So what do you plan to do with when do you plan to have this published, and where do you plan to have your like book signing events and book um, premiere, what have you?
Well, for now, I'm still just very early in the writing stage, but I'm hoping to get this everywhere available and whatnot. Because yes, right now I am writing in this notebook right here,
Right.
but eventually I'll type it up and get it into an actual book format. Everything so far that I have is just kind of handwritten and whatnot, and then I have some notes here and there under certain such as want me to
Oh,
define certain stuff here. Uh, just yeah, where I define some stuff. But other than that, it's just going
wow.
well. I've been writing on it for the last 2 3 days.
Now I know you're the CEO and owner of the Gobelet Job Finder Network. When do you plan to start that back up, or when do you plan to bring that back
Thanks for asking me that.
into the picture of?
Honestly, I've been thinking about it a year or so, and
I'm so
whatnot.
sorry, I had to get up a minute.
Oh, you're good. What failed?
The folks, the mic has fell, so I am going to have to I'm going to have to switch with the mic to. All right, can you hear me, Aiden?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. But
Okay,
going back to this Gobelet
just a
job
second.
thing is within
Can
the
you?
next year or two, I will be going back and doing that again because I had lots of fun and it's a very good idea. It's just
Right.
I poorly executed it right there at the beginning. Honestly, like I was new to it. I didn't 100% know what I was doing. That's my first business I've ever
Right.
and owned, and so you're gonna make mistakes along the way. And finally, I just realized that it was costing me way too much money. I was not making enough to
Right.
continue running it, and I had like $300 bill coming up, and I was like, "Nope, I can't do it." I'm aware, yeah, you were one of my clients to this Gobelet Job Finder, and as you know, I had to refund your money and just go ahead shut down for the time being. And like I said, within the next year or two, I'll absolutely get back on it. But for now, it had to be shut down. Just did not necessarily have the time or money or resources to continue running it for the time being with the amount of money I was getting in return for it. I just was not making a good enough profit for it. and that was unfortunate, but it was the truth.
Right. I kind of I get where you're coming from on that. Yeah, I get that. So I'm trying to fix this mic. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're
All right.
good.
I think
Uh,
I got it to where people can hear me a little bit better than a while ago. So
yeah.
actually, I may have to turn up a few buttons, but oh, there we go. There we go. I sound much better. So, um, sorry. This is kind of funny. I know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I didn't expect the mic to fall, but it'll be okay. I'll have to I'll have to place it somewhere else next
I
time.
mean, things happen,
Um,
Sammy. Things happen.
actually, I think I have a mic stand. I just need to get it out. So I know, right? Um, so yeah, how do you plan on publishing this book? Amazon,
I'm planning
why,
on
where?
publishing this book everywhere that it can be published. It'll be on the Apple books. It'll be on Amazon. It'll be in stores. It'll be at public libraries. It'll be everywhere. Is what my plans for.
Right,
Uh, Really, it's just all about the budget. That's what
right,
everything is the budgeting. You got to budget for it. You got to really push it for it to be available to people and people know about it. And so here's another reason I'm kind of here on this podcast is I want to just talk about this, get the
right.
word out. This it will be coming out sometime short future. Another thing, I do want to ask you a question. Actually, what would your policies be looking for a candidate? Like, if you're voting for a presidential candidate, what kind of policies would you like the president to have? Because I feel like that's like essential for great leadership and for a great presidential candidate is to listen to the people and just really know what the people want versus what idea the presidents have. Because I mean, the president does need to have good ideas to run the country, but he also needs to know and listen to the American people and see what they want from a presidential candidate, and just do what they want that is within reason that is good for the country.
Right. I would hope that that we don't have like a huge censorship that you know um, that's gonna really infringe upon the freedom of speech. That's my number one thing. You know, I mean, it's stupid if we run a country like that. It is. It ultimately is. And to the point of where we're arresting people over their opinions. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, who's gonna want something like that? A country to live in like that? Who's gonna live in a country like that where you're? I mean, there, for, you know, we have veterans out here that are right now really pissed off because they're, you know, they feel like their rights have been taken away. The ones that they fought for, especially in the Korean War, the Iraq War, the stuff like that. Vietnam War. Let's see here. World War II and World War One. Those are the things that a lot of people are, I would say, rather upset because they fought in those wars, and now all of a sudden our rights are being, taken away and things like that. So it's stupid that we live in a I feel like there's a sense of tyranny going on, and that's what I'm kind of a little bit upset about myself, because even I served as a volunteer as a lieutenant in the Civil Air Patrol, so and that was for 3 years somewhere like that as an IT officer. So, but we still dealt with the military. We still dealt with your first responders and stuff like that. So and we still help the public. We still help during natural disasters, things like that. So, but yes, I think I think um, we need more logical reasoning on policies, not cyborg. I don't want to talk to you or reason with you type of policies. We need more of real reality people that are not thinking that they're not human anymore and become this. I think they're some sort of robot, which they're not. Everybody's human. So if they don't think that they're human, they've got something wrong with them. Let me put it to you that way.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry. That was
Oh,
probably a long,
you're good.
extended subject there.
Oh no, you're good. But absolutely, you really do got to rule with common sense and there to protect the amendments. That's why it's crucial to protect the First Amendment. Is just for your freedom of speech and just really getting out there and not letting anybody censor you. Uh, I do believe that
Right, right.
the
I
news,
agree. Yeah,
with the news, they need to be reporting 100% fact and whatnot. Because I actually ended up writing in a policy of mine here, just talking about that. It's like uh, the news needs to the best of their knowledge, report on verifiably true elements and not be reporting propaganda. Honestly, propaganda and misinformation is they should not be reporting on that. Like
right. Yeah,
the news should be a reliable resource. As of right now, it is not a reliable resource, and it needs to be. It
right,
should be, but unfortunately, it's just not there right now. And I do have in this policy book just right here is like, uh, though you'll end up facing being shut
right.
down the second time we catch you doing misinformation and propaganda and biased news. Because your news should be unbiased with no propaganda
Well,
and
I mean,
misinformation.
and those
Everything
people, yeah,
as what it needs to be. It needs to be reported to as the truth of their knowledge, like, and it needs to be verifiably true if they're going to report on it.
right. And we need neutralized media, is what you're saying, and I agree 100% with that. So
Yes, the
I
news should
agree
be
very much.
neutral. There's
So,
no reason to bring
um,
political sides to it. It just needs to be neutral and unbiased and gives you the news. That's what the news is. The news is not entertainment. The news is the news. And I don't care that that means that you'll have less to
yeah,
report on, less to talk about, but just bring us the news. People don't want to be entertained by the news. I mean, some people do, but that's not what the news should be there for. The news should be there for is to give you the true facts of what is going on around the world. And it needs to be verifiably true. It does not need to just be
yeah,
made up and faked. That's what movies are for.
yep. Now, when do you plan? Now, wait a minute. When do you plan to run for the presidency?
As of right now, I'm just 20 years old, so I'm not able to run until 2040. I'll be 35 in 2040, and I'll be able to run then and be elected during that election. Because heck, even Joe Biden actually proved that you can run before you
Right.
turn. Just as long as you're elected, uh, you can be. That's when you can be sworn into office if you're the age that you're supposed to be by the time you're there. Because Joe Biden, back in the 70s, he was uh, the youngest senator to be sworn in because he ran when he was like 28, 29. And by the time that you get elected and sworn in, he was 30 by that point.
Right.
So it has
Right.
and be done.
Um.
Uh,
So what?
been done, but
So
it can be
okay.
done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. So, what do you think about um, the current, the current administration, and how do you plan to how do you plan to make your presidency better than the one that's currently in office?
Well, there's a lot that can be done better than these people that's in office right now. For one, seal off those borders. Uh, Two, just run the office with common sense and dignity. Like that, they should be ashamed of themselves of which
Yep.
direction they've caused this country to go in. It's like we need a Trump presidency. Is honestly what we need
Right.
next. That's the only way you'll even be able to start recovering
Right.
from these past 4 years.
Yeah, and
Trump, and then
and with
get
Trump, he didn't he
them.
didn't ask for a paycheck when he was in office. He did not ask for a paycheck.
Oh, he
Did what?
only kept $1. He only kept $1 of his presidential paycheck. The rest of it he gave away because he don't need the money. He's already like a billionaire. He don't need the money.
Yep, I know.
He cannot be bought.
No,
That's that's the good thing about him is
so I know
he
exactly what you mean.
he ain't he ain't greedy. He just wants to make America great again. Like just do what's best for America. He's
Right.
the same policies from the time when he was talking about in the 70s and 80s to now. The only thing is he has aligned himself with the Republican like spectrum of politics. Which, by the way, I do not like the party system. I think we should do away with it. It's just causing way too much division in our
Uh-huh.
country. Uh, like, if I get into office, I'll do my best to get rid of the party system. It'll just be people in office that will be making the decisions for the people and
Right.
of what people want. Because right now we are getting too much of, oh, we don't want to pass this because this is a Republican idea, or we don't want to pass this because it's a Democrat idea. It's like, y'all, if it's a good idea, just pass it. And I feel like the best way to help unite this country is just doing away with the party system in general, because identity politics is the number one thing tearing this nation apart and dividing people further and further
I get
apart
I
from
get
this nation. George Washington himself did not
I
want
get where you're
uh,
coming from on that
he was
100%. So,
seeing what was going to happen. He was like, I'm seeing into the future that if we do party
right.
system, it'll cause a great divide, and that's exactly what happened. He knew what was up. We should have listened, but no. The next presidencies after him decide, oh no, we'll do party systems. It'll be okay. But as you can see, it's not okay. We are
Right.
divided.
Right. Right. How do you think about this this little loop back? I hadn't made it the day, but I was like, this is cool. So check it out.
And you made that?
Yes, I did.
Do what? Samuel, you
So
there?
I did make it. Yes,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm here. Yes, I'm here. How about you? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm thinking it's just because I've used to this mic. You got to be like this, unfortunately. I think. I know I
Maybe.
have a setting. I've been trying to fiddle with the settings. There we go.
Oh,
You
I
can
can hear
actually
you.
hear me. You can actually hear me a little bit better, I bet. So,
Oh, yes, I can. I can hear you a lot better now.
do what?
I said, yes, I can actually hear you a lot better now.
Yeah, I was wondering what was wrong. Yeah, it was a setting in this mic. That's what was wrong with this thing. So, okay, now we got the mic figured out. So, yeah, it well, it's a Caddy 40 mic. It's fairly brand new. I've used it for many of my podcasts and some of my video stuff. So, but usually I like to put this pop filter on there so it makes it more professional sounding. Does it does it sound better? You
Yeah,
can
you
you hear
sound
me
just
much better?
you sound a lot better than what you were like at the beginning of this podcast. Um,
It,
I don't know if it's just the blur
actually,
film.
this is actually used for a studio. So if you're singing or what,
Either way, it still sounds great. Um, I don't know if it's just because your like filter thing to blur the background, but I mean it keeps blurring you too, so you're like very pixelated and it's kind of hard to see honestly. And then even looking up at my other
oh,
monitor to like that's watching
I'm
this live.
actually, I actually went a little bit.
Yeah,
It's the background.
also
It's a
I feel like
virtual
your face is
background,
too exposed as
so
well.
probably not the best with lighting. Say,
But yeah, your face is also too exposed as well. I'm noticing you have just way too much light on you.
there we go.
That looks a little bit better.
All right, how does that look?
That looks a little bit better. Again, though, your
That's good.
filter
Yeah.
background keeps like blurring you out. But
Oh,
yeah, your filter
I didn't
background
realize
thing is
that. Maybe I
blurring
don't know.
you out.
Maybe it's because I had to move the mic.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I moved the mic. I have the mic right here, but it it's horrible that that I had to you know that I had a mic to go down on the ground there. I'll have to fix that in a minute.
It's very
So,
possible. No, I
but
thought,
I'm very glad we got to talk. I think this is better than the other night.
oh, it's absolutely going way better than the other night. I was
Go
actually
ahead.
about to, I saw a thing today about how they've lowered the standards of our education systems and like the grading scale. Uh, again,
Really? Yeah.
like they've already
I really don't want. I really don't want to talk about that. That is.
because yeah, I actually ended up writing
I,
that down.
I know what you're saying. I've already. I agree 100%. We need we need to stop teaching these kids that 2 plus 2 is 10 and stuff like that. That's stupid. It's incorrect information. First of all, 2 plus 2 is 4. It's not 10. It's not 5. It's not 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 4. Come on, teachers. You know what you're talking about. Teach these people the right way. But I get it. They're probably worried that they're going to lose their job if they're not teaching that 2 plus 2 is 10 instead of 2 plus 2 is 4. But yeah. My point is, it's I don't know if it's Common Core or what it is. I know that I personally seen some of their math, and it made zero. It made 0 sense to me. It made this much sense. Zero,
No, I'm
zero
talking about
sense.
this, like right here, like
It,
the
it
grade
made
scale.
0 sense to me. What?
I'm talking about the grading scale, like how they do it. This is what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
what is
Well, so here it says, um,
what?
and
What?
do what,
What's
Samuel?
an A?
All right, an A says it's 84% to 100%.
I'm here.
All right, a B is 64% to
Oh,
84%. A
oh my
C,
gosh, really?
yeah, really. A C is 44% to 64%. A D is 24% to 44%. And an F is 0% to 24%.
That is the most dumbest standards I've ever heard of in my entire life.
It's ridiculous. It's like
Considering
how
I come from
she
a very
getting by.
strict
Because I mean,
private school, and considering I come, yeah, I know.
but yeah, that's for public school and stuff. And so, what I'm thinking for
I
yeah,
mean, I lived in a wait a minute, wait. I lived in a school society where most kids were like 94% was almost a D level to them, or a C level to them.
I mean,
So
some people
I
act.
don't understand where they get their information like that, but it's like,
I
do
mean,
what?
some people do. I mean, some people do like strive only for A's.
I'm sorry.
Good way to strive, but I mean, people do strive for that, and that's good. But yeah, I'm
I
wanting to.
strive for it. I strive
Abs-
for a better grade. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Always strive for greatness.
I could tell you exponentially well, and I've grown exponentially well in my subjects, especially in college subjects. Some of my grades there. Yes, actually, my college grade level is better than my high school level grade. My high school grades actually. Um, so I mean, to me, I actually had a teacher that told me I would never make it in English or reading or understanding anything at all. But I am sorry, but I mean, how do you think I put this whole program together? I mean, come on, let's have common sense. Let's not be stupid.
Yeah,
We
really.
don't have time for stupid in this world right now.
Oh
You
no,
know,
we
Th-
really don't. We
this
spend the
is
most
I mean,
education. Yeah, is
come
one of
on,
the.
don't ever judge a book by its cover.
But yeah, we spend the most in education. Is one of the last people in
Yeah,
education.
well, I'm serious. I actually had a
Yeah, no,
right. I
it's
actually had a teacher that was like, "Oh yeah, you'll never be."
yeah, no, it's like, come on,
It's crazy.
teachers are supposed to be there to
That
guide
is.
and help you get through things. And honestly, in my personal opinion,
Hmm.
uh,
I know. Oh, I
teachers
know.
are not like college professors that are actually out there doing stuff. That's teaching a course. Uh, that's kind of how I feel like that's how school should be. Is like people that's actually doing what they say they're doing. Like the finance teacher. It's like, okay, finance teacher, you're telling us all this stuff,
Right.
but you chose to take a school
Well,
job.
this was just F, just FYI. This was just only one teacher that did this to me. That was like that. It was not all of them. I had just
Oh,
one
absolutely.
teacher that was
I
like
think it's
that, and I,
memorable.
you know, I'm actually um do what?
I said absolutely. I think it's actually very commemorable for
Uh,
teachers and people to be a teacher. Like I think I think if you be a teacher, you are doing well for
yes.
yourself. Like I mean, yeah. What I mean by that is like
Yeah.
that's a good career path that you want to teach and show like the people that is coming up and bringing them up into society. And I think that's a good career path. Honestly, is becoming a teacher. Now, what I was gonna say here now,
Right.
though, whenever I'm in office, I will make sure America is.
I'll never be one. I'll never be one of those. Wait. I'll never be one of those. Right. I'll never be one of those that will put somebody down like that and judge a book by its cover. And I'm like, whoa. But you can't help but think that if you're in an elitist type school or a private school or something like that, you can't help but feel like somebody might be playing politics in the school to put other certain ones down, and keep them down, and to keep the rich successful. or whoever successful, they could, people play games all the time like that. I'm sure. Um, I mean, uh, heck, I've seen it happen a couple of times where they're like, "Oh, well, we got to get rid of this person because of this," or "Oh, we gotta dock them a few points because they know too much information, or they this or they that." It just get, just a little bit scary on, and sometimes it's about the money and trying to, um, you know, you can't go throughout life cheating. Let's say that,
Oh,
and to
absolutely.
me, that's cheating when you go in and cheat people, cheating, lying, and stealing. Is what the devil's work is.
Mhm.
That's really siding with the devil when you go out here and, you know, um, you go out here and do things like that, play politics in an evil manner. So that's what's going on is people playing politics in an evil manner and set mind. So I think they've lost their mind and really don't understand that they sold their soul to the devil possibly by going and playing evil politics. So how do you agree with all of that?
Oh, I agree with that a lot. Actually, I really do agree with that a lot. Like it's it's important that we keep politics out of schools and just teach kids how to be thinkers. Like that's what we need is free three free thinkers in this world and people that have ideas and is creative people that will get things done in our future. Because right now, a lot of schools are designed just to make factory workers,
R-
and it's
Right.
this entire no kid left behind motive is awful. It's like people are able to get through school without learning a single thing. Unfortunately, I made it through Spanish, two classes of Spanish in high school, and not know a lick of Spanish. I don't know Spanish. I can't speak Spanish, and I had two classes on it, but I don't know it just because I got through it. That's all it was. So if you don't
I
understand,
you actually you actually took the same you I
the
took
what?
the same classes too. I took the but I said I took Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. I thought they were going to do Spanish 3, and I don't remember that far back about that. So, but but I do remember having to take that. Uh, how do you feel about it being mandatory to take a what do they call that? Uh, as an elective, I know that, but a Spanish class or a language class, a foreign language class. That's what we should be calling it to graduate high school. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I feel like we should pick a foreign language and like teach that alongside with like people as while they grow up. Because other countries, like take Japan for instance, they learn Japanese and English side by side, so they know it by the time they're adults. It's not that they have to electively do it. It's like they know both, like from a young age, so they can speak both from a young
Right.
age because they're being taught both from a young age. And honestly, since Spanish is the second most common language in the United States, I feel like we should actually be learning Spanish alongside with English so that we can be fluent in both.
Uh huh.
Um, and then I was going to go back to the other thing about achieving greatness and about those grading skill
I
standards.
actually forgot some of my.
You forgot some of your
Right.
Spanish. But yeah, the grading under me, the grading scale standards will be A will be 95 to 100%. Then a B would be 86 to 94%. A C will be 81% to 85%. And a D will be 75 to 80%. And anything under 75% will be an F. Because, I mean, if we're going to try achieving greatness, we ought to, like, expect greatness, honestly. And here's the thing is if you're not getting at least 75% of what you were told, then what's the point? Like, if you can't like learn
Right.
75% of what you were taught, and can't show that you've learned at least 75% of it, then you shouldn't have passed. Because I know before it was about 70% ish was was it, but I mean, honestly, I think it should be about 75% of it. Is my opinion on that one. So
right.
that's why I think the least of a D, like the lower end of D, would have to be 75.
Well, the school that I went to, their high school standards of the grading scales 91 to 100 is an A. The um,
Is that what it is now, or
sector
was
is
that
83
there?
to 90 is a B. So C is a 76 to 80. Do what?
I said, is that when you were there, or was that
Say again. I'm sorry.
is that what it is now, or is that whenever you were there?
Yeah. Actually, well, this is what it is now, presently. Um,
Okay.
it's still somewhat the same. Um, so, as I'm seeing here, so actually, yeah, yeah, it is. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here thinking, this doesn't sound right, but it is.
It is the same,
So
or
a
it is,
D is 70 to 75, and an F is 69 or below. So that's how that. It is
that's
the
how
same.
it should be. Like that's exactly how it
Do
should
what
be.
now?
I said at the least that's
Wait,
how it
yeah.
should be. Because I know technically the old standard was like, uh, yeah, like 93 and above was an A, and then shoot, it's like not 92 to 80 something was a B, and something was a C, and yeah, anything under 70 was an F. I knew that, but I really think it should be anything under a 75 should be an F, honestly, because we need to be teaching smart people.
I got you.
Smart people that are free
Yeah,
thinkers.
I mean,
Because
mhm.
it's like, why are
Well,
we
I
like
mean,
censoring?
being smart and educated also. Hold on, I'm getting ready to change people's minds about. Oh, I'd rather be the cool kid. Okay, I know I get that people want to be a cool kid, but here's the thing: I would rather know a piece of information that's going to make me money for the rest of my life than to be in drugs, alcohol, and whatever else out there. So
Mm-hmm.
honestly, and that just goes without saying. I would rather know that information that is going to get me somewhere in life to know that I could stay busy, like I do photography. You've seen my work. People pay
Oh
me
yeah,
to do
it
that
looks
kind of
amazing.
stuff. You know, so you get what I'm saying, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I get 100%
So
what
I
you're.
mean, you've seen my work. You know what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
I really wish that I paid a little more attention in high
what
school.
what
If I'm being
what did
honest with you, I was that guy that I mean, I did try, but at the same time, I was there to hang out more or less. I wasn't necessarily there to
right?
just try learning to the best of my ability. Now, I learned what I could and what I was interested in, but at the same time, like I said, I went through 2 classes of Spanish in 1 year and still came out with not knowing a thing of Spanish.
Right.
Part of it is because the school course for Spanish was online. We didn't have a Spanish teacher because we were short staffed. And I mean, unfortunately, that's where we're at this current society is we are short on teachers. It sucks, but I mean, it's not benefiting the kids whatsoever. And then I'm
No,
also in
I
a
mean,
class that
there's a lot of
their
places
freshman year was
help.
cut short due to COVID as well. Like I had COVID in my school years, my freshman year. So I mean, I ended up doing high school post COVID.
Right. I mean, I'm glad I'm out of there, but
Oh, me
yeah,
too.
that's
Don't
how
get
I got
me
to
wrong.
where I am now
I do
by
not miss. I do not miss it whatsoever. I've been asked, it's like, do you miss it? Like, do you miss football? Do you miss this about it? I'm like, I miss hanging out. I do not miss a thing about my school whatsoever. And honestly, I don't even really miss playing football. I love football. And I played to the best of my ability in football. I gave my heart and soul to that football. But yet, I mean, I don't 100% miss it, if that makes sense.
right.
There's elements, I guess, I miss about it, but I mean,
I
at the
know
same time,
it does. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, more or less, it's like I don't miss practice. I don't 100% miss playing. Like, I don't miss it very much. I may miss it a little more down on the road because I did miss it in like the first year I was graduating. I'm already in year 2 or 3. Yeah, year 2, I think. Yeah, year 2 since I graduated. I graduated in 23. I was in the class of 23, and we're approaching the class of 25 this year. And so I said I no longer miss. Like I missed it for like the first couple of months after the football season ended, and like the first year me graduated. But after that, I don't miss football either. I already knew that I didn't miss high school, but I mean, football is one of those that's starting to go away too.
Right.
And I've talked to actually a lot of my
Right.
football,
Um.
and they also don't 100% miss it either.
Yeah. And how do you? Right. How do you feel about? There was a question I remember asking you on the last thing. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, which it's this. I don't know if you guys can see this or not.
I thought you sent it to me not too long ago. Yeah, I'll pull it up on my phone so I can read it.
Met, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg says senior Biden administration officials pressured Facebook to censor some COVID-19 content during the pandemic. How do you feel about that? Is that something United States should be doing? And that is definitely something.
Absolutely not. That violates the
That
First
would be
Amendment.
violation of the First Amendment.
That's exactly why
Yes,
I said
sir.
it's a violation of the First Amendment. That's point blank simple.
Yep. It is. You're not wrong on that. You're not wrong. So, yeah,
Like I
I
said,
mean, even I know the Constitution. Plus, I went to school for forensic science. I had to know the laws of the United States. So,
like I said, but the only
you know,
thing that I think
and I still
should
remember
be
that. So,
yeah, the only thing I think that should be monitored is news agencies.
do what?
Yeah, the only thing that I think should be monitoring is news agencies reporting things that ain't verifiably true. That's the only thing I think really about that. That you just
Right.
got to make it your news can be trusted. Because, like I said, right now your news really.
And interference in election interference.
Oh yeah, that is absolute election interference. I don't see how it ain't, or how it ain't.
Actually, well, no. Right. What do you do? Do you think the woke agenda should be in place, and do you think it should be even happening, or do you think we need to get rid of that as well? Because I mean, I think we should end wokeness myself. But what do you what are your thoughts?
We just need to return back to being civilized Americans. That's what my opinion is. Is why are we showing
Right.
gay pornography to our children? That is what I want to know. Is why are we showing this stuff to our
I
children?
don't know.
What happened to common sense? What happened to America?
Yeah. I have no I have no idea. I wondered the same thing.
I
You see it on the
guarantee
TV half
you.
the time, and I'm like, really? I have to
Yeah,
go
I
down.
guarantee you, years from now,
Do
like
what?
when I said, I guarantee you, if society don't collapse, years from now, people will look back at this time in history and it's like, what were those people thinking? Like, I just have a feeling I can just see it now. Look,
I
because
know, right?
there's moments in history that we look back on and we're like, just like, what were those people thinking? That is gonna be a lot like now. It's like, what
Hey,
are these people thinking?
you never kn- you, you never know. They might be smoking a little bit of marijuana and drinking a beer too. Oh man, that's
Hey,
horrible. That's
I don't know
horrible.
if you ever been to DC,
But
but DC smells like straight weed. Every corner you go around, you can smell weed in DC.
yeah, I've heard of that too. So yeah, I agree. I mean, that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
surprise me.
Like, yeah. So, yes, our public officials are probably smoking something because you can smell it all throughout DC.
Yeah, probably smoking too much over there is my guess.
Something like that.
So
So, something's happening
now I
over there.
will admit, I myself do. I I will admit myself, I've done CBD type stuff, but that's different. That actually does
It
help
is
with
different.
the anxiety
CBD is
uh,
legal.
that I do get. I get those.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
well, and the thing of it is though too, CBD it it actually helps me calm down to back to earth. Um, like I am now. It helps me do that. So that type of thing. Um,
hmm
but yeah, I mean, it's put me to sleep before, so to give you an idea of what it does. But yeah, there's a time or two um, where you're thinking, man, what did I just take? Um, I can remember there was one that I took that caused me to have a reaction to it that was like paranoia, and I I thought something was really bad wrong with me when I took it, but other than that, I was okay.
Yeah.
I don't but I don't do like coke and meth or any of that. I'm not into that, so
Yeah,
probably
there's
people wondering if I do
no
that
point.
kind of thing and wonder if that's how I'm so smart. Well, drugs don't make you smart,
Oh,
guys. It actually
yeah,
eats your
like, yeah,
brain cells, so you know
no,
it
drugs
don't it
don't.
don't help you.
But yeah, no, drugs does not make people smart whatsoever. They make really dumb decisions when they're on drugs. They're stupid, and that's
Yeah, I
why
know.
I would never,
Yeah,
never do it. I ain't doing.
They go in there, they go in the stores. They go in the stores or places paranoid and tweaked out. And it's just like, well, they're a tweaking. But anyway, I shouldn't say anything. I mean, my
Something I am
anxiety
just
probably does
thinking
the
about.
same
I'm
thing.
gonna
Really,
go ahead and
in a
write down
sense.
now. But yeah, something I'm gonna write down now, and I'm just now thinking
Do
about.
what?
I said something that I'm just now thinking about, and whatnot is there needs to be more outlets for people to do that will just keep them out of trouble. Because like there's also like certain, especially like the small
I mean,
schools, like it's important for our youth to do something. Like heck,
yeah.
turns out we all know what happened to the Boy Scouts. So, I mean, it was not only being run by a bunch of pedophiles, but I mean that's no longer an outlet for kids to do to grow up and keep them from getting in
Yeah.
trouble.
Well, I mean,
Like that's the thing. We need more outlets to really teach our youth.
I used to be in Boy Scouts. Now, I I used
Me too.
I used to be in Boy Scouts a long time ago, Aiden.
Oh, me too. I
So,
used to scout too.
now I'm just, you know, I was, I was like, I would rather be in the lieutenant in the Civil Air Patrol than to be Boy Scouts. No, no,
Yeah.
no
Here's the thing.
offense or no,
When I was in
no
scouts, there was
downgrading
a
or
bunch of
anything of
meetings
Boy
about
Scouts
meetings.
here, but it's just I would rather be known for actually doing something with my life than actually having government recognition. I am sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, because yeah, whenever I was in scouts, it was all about meetings upon meetings. Like we did one dirt, boxwood derby race, and we did camping once. Other than that, we didn't do much. It was just meetings about the next meeting. It was ridiculous. It was boring. We didn't do
Well, Civil
anything.
Air Patrol, they teach you about I know they teach you about right. They
But
teach
yeah,
you about communications and other things in there. I can't really go into depth and detail, but I can tell you they teach communications. They teach um, other things. I mean, they obviously they do search and rescue. They also have trainings and stuff that you do in person that you actually physically go out and do. And actually go to trainings to help better you, obviously, and know what to do out there in the field. So
oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, I'm just
it's kind of like being like first responders. They want you to be, you know, aware of what to do and things of that nature, and you know, not panic, but to know what to do.
oh, absolutely. Because yeah, I really just feel like there needs to be more outlets for our youth and like more things for people to do. Because the more that teaches you morals and as you grow up,
Yep.
the more likely you are to be a general good person. For one, and two, just really just being a good person for one, and like not getting in trouble, and you have something to do that keeps, because that's what football was for a lot of people. But I mean, not everybody likes football. So yeah, I'm putting this outlets thing in a sticky note into the book thing so I can write about it. But that's what we need for the American youth is more outlets. Because I mean, a lot of our outlets now are just being shut down and underfunded, and like there's nothing for our youth to do, and people are just growing up and getting into trouble and whatnot, and
Right.
they think it's cool too. That's the thing, is like they think doing some of this stuff is cool. And it's like we need to teach them that no, going to jail for the rest of your life and being a gangster
Yeah.
is not cool. Like, and that's the thing is, I wish I got more and applied myself better in.
No.
I was there to, like I said, hang out, and that's not what school's for. It's not for just hanging out. It's for actually like really going in and doing what you're learning something. And I did not learn something at school. That is what it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just surprised with the grades and stuff I have, and actually quite blessed with that. But um, they're but playing politics and stuff, it's just not a that's not something that should be a thing of people's thing. I mean, I've had bosses play politics on me, which I kind of let you in on that, and I've had all sorts of stuff. People play politics on me, but see, and I look at it this way: we're in the last days, according to the Bible, where people like us are going to be persecuted and put down and shoved in a corner somewhere, and and
I mean,
that's
it's
and
unfortunate.
honestly, it's not right. Obviously, it's going to cause a revolt. Do what?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it really is. Like he said, to not to worry about the haters because they hated him first. The people that like really preach the Lord's word and stuff like
Right,
uh, you're going to see persecution, you're going to see hate, but don't worry about it. They hated me first. It's really them portraying their hate for me on you, and that's what the Lord said was saying, and when He was saying that.
right,
Mm-hmm.
right. I mean, I mean, unfortunately, I had to be mean to some people, put them in their place. I mean, went as far as putting some people that I used to work with in their place by actually writing about it, talked about it in an interview in a magazine. But those people need to be somewhat put in their place because you can't go around walking
And
with
it's
or
important to put
around
people in
like you're
their place
some
sometimes.
guy that has
They just get way too
50 Emmy awards or
where
something.
they like should be like, level with you. Like they think they're up here and it's like, listen, dude, come on down. You're not that special. Just come on, man. Really? Is this what you're choosing to do?
No.
It's like you gotta put people in their place, otherwise they think they can just walk all over everybody.
Right.
So it is good to put people in their place from time to time. Like, it's not
Okay,
right
Matthew
buying money.
13:20 Matthew 13:21 says, "Yet Matthew 13:21 says, "Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by he is offended." Uh, Mark 4:17 says, "And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended." And that isn't that strange that those are actually both similar, but I think those are context and references, though. I would say those are both
More or
referenced.
less. I mean, a lot of the Bible
And
references
Mark 10:30, yes. Mark 10:30 says, "But he shall receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life." Uh, Now, now Romans 8:35 says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Christ?" That would be the devil. Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? And then it says in 2 Corinthians 12:10, which I remember hearing this in church not too long ago. I'd say it's probably been over a month. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities and reproaches and necessities and persecution and distresses for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. So it just means to realize when you're going through something, it makes you stronger, and also put your trust in God and let Him handle those people. You know, for uh, like they say, for vengeance is mine, do saith the Lord. That is that is God's problem, not your problem. That is God's problem. Just lay it in His lap and talk to Him about it and tell Him what's going on, and and I'm sure He knows what's going on, and let Him know, hey, this is what I'm dealing with.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So
All your problems and all your worries,
anyhow,
just give it to God. That's what you gotta do. Just give it to God, and He will take care of it, and He will help you
yeah,
through what you're going through. Like I would
yeah,
not do a lot of things. And I end up
yeah.
not worrying very much, just because I do know
I think
God.
you've had to tell me that a time or two.
Yes, like don't worry. God will help you and guide you to the choices that you need to make, and just let God let you do what He feels like you need to do,
Yep,
and just let Him guide you in your decisions, and everything will work out.
right,
Like I feel like I don't worry a whole lot just because I know that it's like just if it's in God's will, it'll happen. If it ain't in His will, it won't happen. And then and then He also helps
right.
people to help themselves. Is I'm a firm believer in that too. Is like He helps people that helps themselves too. Because I mean, you can't just always be like, "Oh, this is happening again." Blah blah blah. It's like, all right, are you gonna make steps to work on that? Like you gotta work on it too, but let Him do the rest.
Yeah,
Like
yep.
he will.
I know.
Yeah.
Let Him take care of those people or what you're dealing with. I mean, that's the best way to really handle that situation. I mean, even myself, it was hard for me to let go of someone that was attacking me on social media, but I was like, and you know some of the story behind that. I shouldn't have said some
Yeah,
things, but
yeah,
I did, because I was tipped off, so
yeah. Hmm.
I,
Yeah.
I was just, I don't know, was just tipped off about it. So, but
Yeah.
anyhow, yeah, but I just put that behind me now. I don't even really talk about that anymore. So I've been
Absolutely.
trying to get that person to come to
Some
church, but
things.
yeah, hey, you can't,
Yeah.
you know,
Things will
you
work out.
can't. Sometimes you can't really talk to people
Uh, I
that
mean,
get, tell
yeah,
you to talk to them.
yeah. Things will work out on God's timing. Like, uh, I got if yeah, God will work things out, and that's why. So don't keep I mean, not don't keep trying is what I was trying to say. Is like just keep trying, and then God will work in their hearts, uh, and do things in His timing.
Yep, yep, I agree with that.
Also, hey, did you see
Well,
this?
Aiden, I appreciate you for being on the podcast tonight.
Uh,
Oh, what's up?
oh yeah, I was going to show you this. Like I don't
Sorry,
know if you heard this, but
go ahead.
this just proves to you he's always had the same thoughts then than he does now. If you could make America perfect,
think that America is a country that has tremendous potential. I think that much like the mind, I think that America is using very little of its potential. I feel that this country with the proper leadership can go on to become what it once was. What should it be? It should really be a country that gets the respect of other countries. Is respect the most important thing in your opinion? Well, respect can lead to other things. When you get the respect of the other countries, then the other countries tend to do a little bit as you do, and you can create the right attitudes. For some people, the ultimate goal in life has been becoming the president of the United States. Would you like to be the president of the United States? I really don't believe I would, Rona, but I would like to see somebody as the president who could do the job, and there are very capable people in this country. Why wouldn't someone like yourself run for political office? You have all the money that you possibly need. You've accomplished a great deal, even though you are only 34. You know, there's a lot of things that you possibly can do in the years ahead. Why wouldn't you dedicate yourself to public service? Because I think it's a very mean life. I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country, but I see it as being a mean life, and I also see it that somebody with strong views and somebody with the kind of views that are maybe a little bit unpopular, which may be right, but may be unpopular, wouldn't necessarily have a chance of getting elected against somebody with a great brain but a big smile. And that's a sad commentary for the political process. If you could make
So yeah, I mean that his
You know,
views definitely
President Trump did
might
write
agree.
to me when I lived in right.
When you
You,
lived
you
where?
know, President Trump wrote back to me when I had told him when I lived in Monterey,
Oh, that's cool. You've never told me
Cookville
about that.
area.
You never told me about that. What did he say?
Yeah, he wrote. He said, "Thank you for your kind words and unwavering support," and he'll keep. He was talking about keeping, hope, wish the best of luck to us, and keep us our family in mind and things like that. So I'm hoping to eventually meet him one of these days.
That would be
You
awesome
know,
to
and
one.
actually, I hope he knows that. Yeah, his ex-wife was friends with my grandfather down in Appleton, Tennessee. Uh,
Which one?
his name is Ronald Riddle. That's my mom's dad. So,
Which
um,
ex? He's had
he
like
actually
two.
do what?
Which ex-wife? He has like two or three.
Marla Mar- Marla Maples.
Oh, that one.
Marla Maples knew. Yeah, Marla Maples knew my grandfather. I think Ronald Riddle out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Appleton. He worked for McGee Factory, which is actually Little Debbie, known as Little Debbie. I still have his access card to this day, and I still have his driver's license. I mean, I have his also his business cards with Little Debbie that he had. He was a trucking coordinator, whatever you want to call that. So that's another word for technically corporate. So
That's really cool. Yeah.
he did work for them. So
Yeah.
yeah, he and I think because my mom's the one that mentioned this. I am not the one that just decided to say out of nowhere like some crazies out there that would say, oh, I know this. I know this. This is think I think Marla Maples is but or I may have met her. I have no idea. Um, I can tell you, little Debbie was at my grandfather very major because normally uh, they don't do things like that, but um, your big time CEOs is what I'm meaning, or go to this person,
Yeah.
that person's funeral, but she was family, the his ID badge, so I have possession of it now. So since I'm his grandson.
Oh, that's real cool. There's
But
one other.
yeah, it was really cool. So
Yeah.
and um and my grandfather, yeah, he was a really good person, a great worker too. So he I do miss him somewhat to this day. He's in a better place. Uh, you know, he was terminally ill, so that's why. Uh, so that's why he passed away early in life. So yeah, um,
Yeah.
I hate rehashing that, but yeah, it just yeah, my grandfather, is good people. I just hate that he had to go so early in life. That's not right. So anyhow, uh, is there anything else you would like to share with us tonight?
I was gonna ask you about like all these Venezuelan gangs, and then that whole chase thing that has happened over the weekend, and like just in general throughout the last couple of weeks is about the Venezuelan gangs taking over cities and apartment complexes. You hear about all that?
Where at?
One in Aurora, Colorado, and then
Where at? In America?
yeah, Aurora, Colorado is one of them, and then the next was Chicago.
Wow.
Chicago, Illinois was the next one. And hey, I've heard though that
Yeah.
they ain't doing too
Yeah.
well with people in Chicago.
I'm sure.
Chicago gangs are standing on business with them, and then the
Yeah.
police are taking care of them in Chicago too. So I mean that's good. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what's been happening here
Yeah.
recently.
That's not good at all. I mean, makes me. Yeah. Makes me want to. You know. Uh. You know. I usually go armed wherever I go. I have a license. I have a permit.
That's
Thing,
good.
so, but or I'll have some people that I'm with that are armed. So there's nobody messing with me.
Yeah,
So
that's real
they
good to
they
be armed.
they're not gonna do anything to me. I hope.
Yeah, and the
I do
entire
come in peace, though. I mean, I'm not like some, but you understand. You come at me first. That's self defense.
yeah. But then the whole Chase Bank thing about where people are
I,
committing checks like that. You hear of that one too?
I think so. Yeah, I heard about that one. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Also, there's this one YouTuber I'm wanting you to check out. His name is Nick Shirley. He
What's that?
now well, that guy
Uh huh.
and more or less an upcoming journalist. He does real journalism right here. Like he makes YouTube videos, and so during all that like rioting and protesting that was happening during the DNC, he was covering all that and like, asking them why they were there. Basically, it's like, what are y'all
All right.
doing?
I did. Yeah.
And none of them wanted to none of them wanted to speak to the press. It's like, we didn't
Yeah,
speak to
I've always wondered. Well, there's, hey, but there's.
So if you have a cause, you want to speak to the press so that
I've
maybe they
always wondered what the meaning.
do it.
What's the point in burning down cities and houses and stuff? What's the point
You
in
ain't
burning down cities and
accomplishing
houses?
anything
What,
better than that.
I mean,
You really ain't.
seriously. And I mean, what is that? How is that? How? Let me ask you. How is that going to solve any problem with anybody that's got any common sense out there? That's not lobbying the government to change their policies or their ways. That's just going to cause them want to like declare martial law or something, and close up states and whatnot. So I mean, just think about it. Would you rather have martial law or have your freedom? I mean, that's that's all that's going to do. And not only that, that's going to cause a lot of people to be paranoid, wondering, uh, you know, going out their own way.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, how you have your Twitter
Oh,
and
I know what you're
Facebook
saying.
and stuff. I'm like, toss my stuff up there too. It's just at Aiden Goblet on both TikTok and on Truth Social is really the biggest ones I use. Yeah, just at Aiden Goblet for TikTok. Let's see, for Truth Social, which is the other one I really use. Yeah, at Aiden Goblet.
All right, I will add yours up there.
But yeah, this new streaming thing that you have going on, it is definitely looks like it's 10 times better than the other one. Like, yeah, you can throw that stuff up there, and you can do all sorts of stuff with this one. It looks like, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it because I've always liked this thing. This thing, and it captures everything, and it's not,
I mean, it really does. And then you can
it's
also,
actually gives you a lot more.
yeah, and then you can crop
Yeah,
everything. Like,
you could do a lot more with this. So
yeah, and then I do like where you were able to crop everything and whatnot, so that it doesn't
yeah,
show
I
my
know what you're saying.
or anything. Uh, yeah, everything definitely does
Right.
seem a lot better with this one. Like, you does look like you're able to do more with this. But it's definitely been fun being on
Right.
here, and I've enjoyed talking about everything.
Well,
Uh,
I do.
You do what?
Right. I wonder what this is.
Oh, cool. It's probably should have been how it was during the entire.
I wondered.
I've been watching it, and it's just been the tiny squares up on the actual TV.
I didn't even know.
This looks actually a lot better. Guess we'll know for next time.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't even realize you could do this. I thought, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out here lately how this on an arm like for stop. You know what this is? It's
yeah.
if it'll let it in there. What is wrong with this thing?
But yeah, you can.
It's a little thing that you use for the microphone. So
Oh, I see what you're talking about. But yeah, on the
That's
TV,
crazy that I made
it's a
this.
lot better now up here on the TV.
Check it out. Yep.
You're making that your intro or something?
No.
No.
Check it out. So, check it out. It's good for certain things. I made that one so a long time ago.
Yeah.
Anyhow, how's everything been going with you tonight?
Oh, it's been doing well. I've been doing well. Like I said, I'm working on this book, and it's actually quite fun. It's actually led me into many more ideas of just different books that I think I'm gonna start writing once I'm finished with this one. Like the next one will be about leadership. I'm gonna finish the children's book that I was working on, and then there's a book about space that I was writing on that I think I'm gonna also publish. I think I'm gonna try publishing a lot of my book ideas and whatnot, and become a published author, and hopefully find ways of making income through book writing. Because not only is it fun for me, I enjoy doing it, but it's quite nice. Let's go real quick.
What's that?
So people you obviously feel comfortable with talking about it to, but can you kind of help conduct some research for me? I'm just wanting to see what kind of like policies they are looking for in a presidential candidate, more or less. Because, like I said, I'm wanting to listen to what the people have to say and implement it in this book right here. Because I'm going to be, whenever I am president, I'm going to be the president for the people. I ain't going to be like only my ideas. It's going to be, if your ideas are good enough and it's good for the country,
I want a president that's
and put them in. Because I want to listen to the people.
I want to. Right, I want to we the people president, not the I don't want greedy people.
Oh, absolutely. We need a we the people president. We need a president that will listen to the people and do what the people want. That is, as long as the ideas are good for the country and for the people, that's what you're supposed to have. We ain't supposed to have like a dictatorship. Like everything that comes from the government is supposed to be there to help benefit the people and help make America a great nation, and just make like put America first. We don't need to be sending wasteful billions of dollars out this way and out this way. And I saw TikTok recently too that I'm actually going to pull up real quick. But it was talking about just some of the wasteful government spending, which is outright ridiculous. Or maybe it wasn't a TikTok. Maybe it was an ad. And so I might not be able to find it. I think, now that I think of it, it may have been an ad that I saw earlier today and whatnot. Yeah, it may have been an ad. But, I mean, we all know some of the wasteful government spending that there is. Like, for example, where they wanted to test to see if a real-life Thanos glove can snap.
Yep, you're
stupid stuff. And then apparently there was recently something about cats and treadmills, and then something to do with like a transgender monkey. Really, all it is money laundering. Is what it is. Some of that stuff I don't think is actually happening. It's just money laundering. And it's like, listen, we spent $500 million on transgender monkey. There's no reason for it. Then they're talking about wanting to really tax the wealthy and stuff. It's like no amount of taxes on anybody is gonna help wasteful spending. Like we need to stop wasteful spending, and then any spending that we do will directly benefit the people. But there's no reason for someone to go into public office to serve the people, then come out multi-billionaires. Just not how it needs to be. Because there's so much inside investing or inside trading that's happening. Because they're able to affect the economy and whatnot. So they're able to invest in these things and then make policy that will directly make that stock go up. And that is insider trading, without a doubt. But heck, what are you going to do about it? They're the government. So it's time for people to be elected in that is willing to make changes and willing to truly go after these people that are doing this illegal stuff. And that's what Donald Trump did.
Anyhow,
that's why
I do appreciate you coming on to the podcast tonight, Aiden. And you, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. It was definitely an honor being on
podcast tonight. I want to have you on again at some point if you're okay with it.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
All right. So I'm going to end the podcast tonight. So go check. So go check one more time. Go check Aiden out on the bottom there. You can check that out. Check out his stuff that's there. So I appreciate you guys for listening. I forgot to do this earlier.
Check out Samuel Brock Flynn Show on Spotify, iHeart and Samuel Flynn Photography page today. Check out the podcast on Spotify and iHeart today. Check out Samuel Brock Flynn Show on Spotify, iHeart and Samuel Flynn Photography page today. Check out the podcast on Spotify and iHeart today. Check out Samuel Brock Flynn Show on Spotify, iHeart and Samuel Flynn Photography page today. Check out the podcast on Spotify and iHeart.
We are back. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. Aiden, shout out your socials so people can follow you.
Thank you. It was definitely an honor of being on and whatnot, and I enjoyed it for sure. And it was fun. So is that like the way you do commercials or whatnot?
I appreciate you, and yes. Why?
Appreciate
What's
you
wrong
too.
with it?
Thanks for having me on today, Samuel.
I'm kidding.
Do what?
No, no. I was only kidding with you. Why? What was wrong with the commercials?
Oh no, there's nothing wrong with the commercials. I was like asking, is that the way your way of doing commercials now? With this new program, I guess you're able to do commercials now.
Uh, yep.
Do what? Well, that's cool because yeah, I thought it was
And I
over. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I did notice that some of it like was repeating quite a bit though, like some of the commercials.
Yeah,
That
I had it. I had it looping back so that way people have enough chance to see it.
yeah,
So that's the best way to do it. However, I do appreciate you on again. Um, you're more than welcome to come over and do a podcast or what have, don't matter. Um, also, guys, check out Aiden's social things out there and go check it out. So, you have a great night, Aiden.
you
I
do.
am headed off to do some things here, some errands, and you take care.
Yeah, I think I'm
All
gonna
right.
get back to writing and whatnot, and so I can get this book out as soon as possible. Good night, Samuel, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.